If men can't beat gorillas, then how are they inside of exhibits, museums, and zoos? What do they just wake up there? They're just spawning there? Or check it out. We went out there, whooped their asses, captured them, and chucked them inside those little spaces in which we throw peanuts at them for our own enjoyment. Let me tell you what. I think this question of 100 men versus a gorilla is stupid. It shouldn't be 100 men, shouldn't be 80, it shouldn't be 60, it shouldn't be 50, 40, 30, or 20. It should be which men are bad enough to go tango, one-on-one, mano-a-mano with a gorilla. And I can tell you right now, I can name like 30 men off the top of my head who have been with your mother and can take on a gorilla. Pick number one, I'm going with Brock Lesnar. If you're going to look me in the face and tell me Brock Lesnar can't take on a gorilla, you're out of your mind. You're living in La La Land. That's your new address, okay? You're telling me Prime Mike Tyson can't? You're telling me Big Show can't? A gorilla's 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", 5'4". Big Show is 7'2", 500 pounds. He's over 100 pounds more than a gorilla. 2 feet taller. And let me tell you what. All of it's been a lie. Do not believe the lies of the Jedi. And what I mean by this, it's very clear as day. So first lie that I want to talk about is all these little unathletic, effeminate little pansies online that are spending all their energy like, you can't beat a gorilla. You should be scared. Think about how pathetic you look. You've been online all day trying to inspire fear into others and how scared you should be. A gorilla would totally do this to you. Maybe it would do that to you. Because when I hear 100 men versus a gorilla, I'm thinking about the most athletic, strongest, and biggest men. Because I spent my entire life inside of sports, boxing, kickboxing. I was on a wrestling team for over 10 years. When you hear 100 men versus gorilla, you're thinking about 100 men like you. 5'2", 140 pounds. I was in ballet as a kid. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-la-la-la. That shit. That's what you're thinking. I'm not thinking that. Of course a gorilla would beat 1,000 men like that. You take one pissed off bad motherfucker who had a bad day at work, oh, that gorilla's weighing over its head. And let me tell you more lies. Remember when they said chimpanzees are 3 to 5 times stronger than the average man? And then it turned out chimpanzees are actually only 30 to 50% stronger than your average cubicle worker? Think about it. Chimpanzees climb all day, so chimpanzees are at their peak performance. The most peak performance chimpanzee is only 30 to 50% stronger than Todd or Ryan, who's mad at his office boss and he won't stop punching the fucking printer. The ink's not working. 50% stronger than that guy. Chimpanzee's 60, 70 pounds. Of course the average man would clobber that. Oh, but this chimpanzee tore this woman's face off. What? Do you hear how stupid you sound? A woman was attacked by a chimpanzee. She curled up in a ball, and a chimpanzee mauled her for about an hour straight, and she still lived. A woman, 5'1" woman, 110 pounds, survived a 1-hour mauling from a chimpanzee. So a 200-pound man surely can't beat a chimpanzee. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Yeah, oh girl. You're an idiot. Yo, keep putting the fucking cat food on the shelf, you dork. Because at the end of the day, you take just the average guy. You're like, yo, dude, heard your wife's cheating on you. Oh, there's a chimpanzee over there. You beat the fucking piss out that chimpanzee. Now let's talk about gorillas and why this is relevant. Because you see how chimpanzees were thought to be this big, strong force. They're so big and strong. And it turns out they're like 80 to 90% weaker than what was first thought. Same thing with gorillas. What evidence is there that a gorilla can bench press 2,000 pounds? Do you have if you've been inside of a gym, do you have any idea what 2,000 pounds is? That's a car. You're telling me that a bull, which is what, 3,000 pound animal? A 2 to 3,000 pound animal. Mind you, gorillas are 400 pounds. A 2 to 3,000 pound animal, that's 99% muscle, struggles to flip a car, but a gorilla can just pick it up and be like, that's not logical. That makes no fucking sense. That is not logical in any which way, shape, or form. How did you come to that calculation? Makes no sense. That is not logically sound. So a bull that's 5 to 6 times bigger than a gorilla, 5 to 6 times stronger than a gorilla, 1,000 times the testosterone than a gorilla, can barely flip a car. But of course, the gorilla that's like 1/5 its size is somehow 10 times. Oh, yeah, it's just 2,000 pounds. What is a gorilla? Fucking Captain America? No. A gorilla What I think, a gorilla probably bench press 600-700 pounds. Just a straight dry bench press, no chalk, no nothing. 700 pounds, 800 pounds maybe. Yeah, it's a big, strong creature. 2,000 pounds? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, that's how you know you've never been inside of a gym. No. How'd you come to that conclusion? Because, well, if you take this into account, they sit around all day eating leaves. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. And on top of that, did you know that a gorilla's punching force is around 1,200 to 1,300 pounds? Whoa! Over 1,000 pounds of punching force. That's insane, right? Did you know that the average heavyweight boxer's punching force is around 800 to 900 pounds? Oh, wow! The average heavyweight boxer's punching force is 800 to 900 pounds of force, while a gorilla is 12 to 1,300. Why is this important? Because there are boxers who have been able to punch to nearly 2,000 pounds of force. You're telling me Ernie Shavers, Mike Tyson, these guys are punching like 1,700, 1,800 pounds of force. These guys punch harder than gorillas. Okay? And you've seen gorillas fight? They do this. How? That's supposed to... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do sticking and moving and fucking hitting them with a... Oh, yeah, shut up. Just shut the fuck up. What a stupid idea. You're just scared. You're scared. At the end of the day, the person that you are, if you ever seen Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the animation from way back in the day, the cartoon, not the 3D one, the 2D one, the one that was really kick-ass. Remember when all the Jedi, I believe it was like Shakti, Aayla Secura, Ki-Adi-Mundi, there was a whole bunch of Jedis inside like this little abandoned building, and they were surrounded by General Grievous and all the super battle droids, and that one Padawan, he was like, it's game over, man, it's game over. That's you. That's you. You're scared. You are scared shitless. You're pissing yourself. And then you want to inspire that fear into everybody else because you're scared. You want everybody to be scared. You're like Vegeta inside the original Broly movie. Remember the original Broly movie? Vegeta's like, it's impossible. He's a legendary Super Saiyan. There's nothing we can do. Why even fight Piccolo? Why even fight Kakarot? Why even fight... It's impossible to beat him. He's a legendary Super Saiyan. That's you. That's literally you. You're fucking scared. And that's fine. You can be scared. You can be soft. You can be weak. You can show compassion. And yeah, I may be scared and there may be shit stains in my boxers, but I have a big heart. That's gotta count for something it do. Let it do. You can do that on your own time, not my time. And you know what? To all the men who think that they can't go one-on-one with a gorilla, I think you need to take them all and ship them to another country. You can be weak in a different country, just not this one. Not this one. You be weak in that country, that country, that country, that one, that one, that one, that one. Not in this one. No, not in this one. Okay? And if you can't beat a gorilla, you should start working to do it, right? I'm telling you right now, you put me in a cage with a fucking gorilla, and I'm coming out with a coat fresher than wet paint, bobble-dee-bow, dang dang. I would beat the piss out of gorilla. Okay? No doubt. It starts with this fucking... That shit? Oh, trust me. Trust me. Trust me, I would spin its fucking head like the Exorcist. Bam! One hit? Fucking eyes coming out the head, like the logo to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 with the eye on a pick. Come out with its skull on a spear. This ain't fucking Lion King. That's your problem. You watch too much Disney. You think all these animals are these smart, intelligent, crafty. Ooh, well, it turns out we're going to be sitting down and having some negotiations today. Diplomacy! Diplomacy! No, it's a stupid monkey, okay? You've seen gorillas dig in their own ass and suck their hand, okay? I've seen videos of gorillas running from a goose. A fucking goose! A goose! Gorillas are scared by nature. Did you know gorillas and chimpanzees had a war? Yeah, there's actually wars in the animal kingdom. Now, they don't know they're at war because they're just stupid. They're not sitting there writing it down on scriptures, but these animals were at war. They were at odds. And chimpanzees were winning that war. Chimpanzees are beating gorillas. Chimpanzees can't beat humans unless you curl up in a ball, allow it to maul you for an hour straight, and you will still survive. Now versus a gorilla, you punch a gorilla one time, it's not going to want to fight no more. You show an act of aggression towards a gorilla and you punch him right in his banana sucker, it's not going to want it no more. It's not. It surely won't want it no more, okay? Inspire some confidence. Have some confidence. Have some security in your might. That's my take on 100 men versus a gorilla. There's plenty of men who can beat a gorilla in a fight, let alone 100 men. If we're talking about the most pushover men, cubicle workers, probably like 6. Now, if we're talking about the baddest men in the world, 1. One-on-one with gorillas. Tom Aspinall, one-on-one with a gorilla. Mike Tyson, one-on-one with a gorilla. Done. That gorilla's dead. Gorilla's nothing. Okay? It's taking a dirt nap. So with that being said, like, favorite, share, most way to comment, subscribe. I'm back. Blah, blah, blah. I've been sick, as you can see. What happened was, got a viral infection. So they put me on antiviral medication. I had a rash on my arm. It started going up my arm. And I started getting like these red lines that would go. It was pretty scary, right? Scary stuff. And I started getting this tingling in my nerves. I was like, ah! It was pretty scary. Ah! And then the tingling started going to my back and then to my other arm. So they put me on antiviral medication. I just took my last medicine pill yesterday. I'm on my last antibiotic today. So I had 2 medications. So later today will be my last antibiotic. And I'm going to be good from what it seems. So I'm your boy Corey. That's where I was for the past 2 weeks. But I'm okay. It's probably going to leave a pretty gnarly scar in my arm. It was like this big patch. Oh, God. It's like the size of like, it was bigger than $50. It was like an egg. Oh, no, okay, it wasn't that big. That's a lie. Don't know that. Do not trust that information. That information was fact-checked by true patriots. False. It wasn't as big as an egg. Probably a little bit bigger than $50. Yeah, and it started getting really red and going up my arms. Pretty gnarly stuff. Probably gnarly. But yeah, it's my take on 100 men versus 1 gorilla. You don't need that. I'm your boy Cole Raven. Like, favorite, share, most in the comments, subscribe. I'm going to catch y'all later. You comment down below what you think. And if it ain't what I think, then it's wrong. Peace. Oh, no! Don't go nowhere. I said it wrong. Hold on. Look, I got to get the rust off. It's been over 2 weeks. For people who don't think we can beat gorillas, 2 thumbs down! Thumbs down! Peace. Now I'm out of here.